My dear students and learners, this is my 7th video of Engineering Thermodynamics course for second year mechanical engineering students regarding zeroth law of thermodynamics, and I am Dr. Suja. Welcome to my video. So after completing 6 videos in this first unit of engineering thermodynamics, we have discussed about a lot of fundamentals and various new terminology systems, how they were working and what is the use of heat energy and how it has been converted to work energy, what is the various laws. Okay, everything was explored, and now as a continuation to last video, now we will again derive and prove that energy is a property of a system. It is not a boundary crossing phenomena, but instead it is a property of a system. Okay. Difference of energy C2 minus E1 is equal to Q minus W, and thus we have difference in energy is equal to heat, difference between heat and the work, and thus it is the integration of d of Q minus W. It can be written for a closed system. It is difference in internal energy, and when it is applied to open system, then we can replace this U by H. Okay. Then power, it is a last and final stage of useful work, where we are receiving the work done in terms of power, which is nothing but rate of work done or work energy transfer. The various units of power is watt, kilowatt, megawatt, and it might be raised furthermore. That is 1 watt is nothing but rate of energy transfer. So 1 joules per second, which is nothing but joule is nothing but Newton meter per second. And another one more new term which you want to know is mechanical energy is generally specified in thermodynamics is the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. Okay, so this is a simple tip to know. Okay, basics only. And now now we are moving to the important concept of thermodynamics, is what is zeroth law of thermodynamics. Okay. So we have already studied about the various equilibrium condition. One of the equilibrium is thermal equilibrium, which is nothing but both the system and the surrounding, or any two systems, when they come in contact with each other, they have to brought into the same temperature. There should not be any heat transfer existence between the inside the system or between the system and the surrounding, which we have already studied. And here also again it is insisted, because this is the basic concept or the root for creation of zeroth law of thermodynamics. Okay, so two systems are said to be in same temperature, or they are said to be equality of temperature if there is no change occurs in any of the property when they brought in together by physical contact, right? So then only they'll call us equality of temperature. Okay. And now we will move to zeroth law. Okay, when two bodies A and B are in thermal equilibrium, and with the third body C independently, then these two bodies A and B must be in thermal equilibrium with each other. Okay. So let me explain by the picture in the next slide. First, let me explain this wordings. Okay. Two bodies A and B are there. Another one more body C is there. These two bodies A and C are in thermodynamic equilibrium. and thermal equilibrium, and B and C separately, okay, they are in thermal equilibrium. Okay, so A and C are in thermal equilibrium, B and C are in thermal equilibrium separately, okay, or individually. Okay, then finally we can get A and B, these two bodies must be in thermal equilibrium with each other. Okay. So this law provides the basis for measurement of temperature. This law provides the basis for the measurement of temperature. Okay, this is most important. Let me explain how this law is used for measuring the temperature. Okay. So here can able to see A, B, C, three systems are there as we have already studied. Okay, so independently A and B are in thermal equilibrium separately, and B and C are in thermal equilibrium separately. So finally A and C should be in thermal equilibrium with each other. A and B are in thermal equilibrium, B and C are in thermal equilibrium automatically. That is, you are friend for Krishna, and separately Krishna is friend for Naveen. Okay, then automatically Naveen and you will become friend to each other. Okay, this is the simple nature. Okay, logic. Okay. That is called here zeroth law of thermodynamics. Okay. Here you can see, let me explain how this zeroth law is used to measure the temperature. Is you are taking one object which is an thermometer. In this thermometer, one thermometric substance is present. What is this thermometric substance? Is the substance which is getting the change of state in its property of volume by the supply of temperature. That is, in the mercury, it is changing its volume by the introduction of temperature to it. Okay, so then this property is called thermometric property in the substance, thermometric substance. Okay, so here in this thermometer, we are taking a thermometric substance of mercury which has the property of expansion in its volume when it is coming into contact with any another one more object which has the temperature, that is higher temperature or lower temperature. According to it, the mercury present in the thermometer will expand or compress depending upon the temperature of the another one more object. Okay, now this thermometer is calibrated. Okay, is calibrated by fixing the datum of temperature, datums of various temperatures like ice point and the steam point are fixed at 0 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius in this thermometer, and the various expansions of this mercury volume expansion is measured at various steps in between this ice point and the steam point in this thermometer, which is taken as a standard thing. Okay, and now this object of this second second you are when this same calibrated and standardized thermometer is brought nearer to the new object. Okay, it has been calibrated with the old one object. Okay, now it is in the standardized condition. All the datums were fixed, it has drawn as a step in between the 0 and 100 degrees Celsius. So now if this thermometer with the standard settings and the measurement availability of the measurement is brought into contact with the new object, and the temperature of this new object when come into contact with the thermometer, the expansion in the mercury present in the thermometer will expand or contract depending upon the temperature of the object 3, by which we can measure the property temperature. Okay, so you have standardized or you have found out the standard datum points for this thermometer and by an object, and this is used for finding the temperature of another all types of bodies. Okay, so they were friend, and one of this friend has become friend to next one because of the old friend. Okay, so this was the basics which is provided by zeroth law of thermodynamics, and very good temperature measurement very easily can be done by using this zeroth law of thermodynamics. Only thing is, for measurement of thermometric that is the temperature, we are in need of some datum points which should be fixed. Okay, temperature scales. So many types of temperature scales or units were used to measure the temperatures of various kinds of systems. Then you come to know about centigrade scale, Fahrenheit scale, Kelvin, Rankine and thermodynamic scale, and of course universal standard scale is also, temperature scale is also present. Okay, let me explain one by one. Centigrade scale is nothing but where we are taking 0 degrees Celsius as a ice point and 100 degrees Celsius as a steam point of water. Being taken as a datum point in here, and other Fahrenheit scale is already I have told you 212 degrees Celsius is taken as 0 degrees Celsius, and at the interval of 180 degree Fahrenheit you will get the final datum point of the Fahrenheit scale. And Kelvin scale is nothing but 0 degree Celsius in centigrade is taken as 273 degree Kelvin, and 100 degree Celsius in centigrade is taken as 373 Kelvin. Okay, so Rankine is the absolute scale of Fahrenheit, and Kelvin is the absolute scale of centigrade. We will call this Kelvin and Rankine as absolute temperature scales. And let me explain this thermodynamic scale in detail later during your second unit of thermodynamics. Then it would be so much useful to you to learn. Okay. So here is the picture. Here is the picture. You can have the relation between the temperature scales. Here Kelvin, Celsius, Fahrenheit scales. Kelvin, Celsius, I told already, 0 is the water freezing point and the water boiling point. Here they have mentioned the body temperature also, and this is absolute zero. Absolute 0 point is nothing but there is no any molecular interactions or any movement of the molecules. That is absolute 0 temperature. Okay, there is no any molecular movement, so no heat is present in that system, is called absolute 0. Okay, this point cannot exist practically. You cannot bring this temperatures by any number of process, or any type of process. It is not possible to reach this absolute 0 point. Okay, So other points are correlated with